Okay, and we will get this party started again. I'm Katie. This is Core Essentials. I'm filling in for Ken this week. If you weren't on earlier, we're just going to go ahead and get started. You do not need anything other than your body, maybe a water bottle, maybe a mat or a towel if that works best for you. So today we're going to start standing. We're going to do a little bit of standing work, kind of an extended warm-up, just make sure everything is heated up, working properly, and in the right place. And then I have some Tabata intervals for you guys. We'll actually do 4 rounds of Tabata. That's just a fancy way of saying 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. So that'll be the bulk of our core work. And then I have a fun little kind of power push for you at the very, very end. So we're just gonna start with a little march here in place. So kind of claim and clear your space as you need it. I want you to stop overthinking. This is, again, just a place for you to move. This is 35 minutes that you took for yourself today. So I very, very much hope that you enjoy it and you make the best out of it. So with that, we're gonna go ahead, drop your shoulders down, take a deep breath in and a nice long breath out. Maybe the first time today that you've done that on purpose. So we're gonna try to keep that breath flowing in through the nose, out through the mouth, throughout our work today. And I want you to go ahead and make that march just a little bit bigger, a little bit more dramatic for me. So maybe pump those arms a little bit more, maybe draw those knees up a little bit higher and bring a little bit more awareness to your core. So I want you bracing your belly button in toward your spine for all of class today. On our transitions or our rest periods, obviously you can take a break, let it go, but keep that little bit of tightness, a little bit of awareness through the entire time. And again, shoulders, friendly reminder, your shoulders are not earrings. Drop them down away from your earlobes. Your chin is not a necklace. Keep it lifted, nice and strong. From here, we're gonna take this into a little bit more of like a hop or a skip. If you're like, hey, no, thank you, I do not hop or skip, you're gonna make that march even bigger for me. So why are we doing this? This is core class. What we're doing here is we're warming up everything first off, but we're kind of cueing into those lower abdominals that help us to lift our legs up and those hip flexors. So when we do core exercises, our core gets tired, we release that contraction and our hip flexors take over for us. We want to avoid that. We want the core to be working more than anything, and we want to make sure those hip flexors don't get too tight. Perfect, so core stays nice and strong, driving those knees up. Good, and now those hip flexors and your hamstrings, we're gonna give them a little bit of length. So I want you to find your balance on one foot, square off your hips for me straight in front of you, and we're just gonna swing one leg forward and back. So just especially if you've been sitting all morning, your hip flexors are really tight. We need to lengthen them out. That helps us stand up taller. That makes everything just feel a little bit better. Good, and you can hold on to something for balance anytime you need. Good, again, drop those shoulders down away from your face. Good, thinking like there's mummy tape around your midsection. Good. Step on that foot, switch sides for me. Other leg, same thing, hips are square. We swing front, you feel that little lengthen in the back of your leg. Take it back, there's a little bit more action going on in the front. Good, keep your chest lifted. Deep breath in, long breath out, please. Perfect. Good, so all of these are dynamic warm-up, are moving stretches to make sure we're heated up, ready to party, ready to get that core nice and strong. Good, when you swing forward, your toes are forward. When you kick back, your toes are straight down. So try not to open up that hip. Close it off. Perfect, plant both feet just outside your hips, roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Palms toward me, squeeze those abs in a little tighter. We're just gonna reach side to side. So kind of like you're reaching your pinky down toward the top of your knee. Good, but keep your chest open, your shoulders back. I call these standing penguins. You will get to do penguins later on your back. Penguin crunches, good. So we're feeling that little crunch between the hip and the rib cage. Good, reach a little farther if you can. Good, check in, is your core still engaged? Good, 3, 2, and 1, balance. Do me a favor, find your balance on your right leg. You're gonna kick your left leg out to the side. I'm gonna float this arm out just for my balance. Good. Same arm as the leg that is lifted. Same side, we're gonna reach up, kind of creating like a little star. Okay, there's the balance. We inhale first. As you exhale, crunch knee to elbow. Good, you can tap the foot down if you want. Crunch knee to elbow. Perfect. So we're taking that penguin. We're working very similar muscles, just a little more challenging. We're throwing in a little bit of stability. Good, stand up a little bit taller, lengthen out. Exhale every time that knee comes up. We have a couple more on this side, and then we'll go ahead and switch it. Good, one more. Nice, shake that out. Find your balance on that left leg. Right arm, right leg, reach up and out. This left arm, it can hold on to something, it can float wherever you need. Little balance. Exhale, crunch. Good, so if you want this to be a little bit more challenging, you're just gonna keep those right toes floating right above the floor. Good, keep your chest open. Good, keep that core nice and strong. Again, that crunch is right between the top of your hip and that last bottom rib. Perfect. Good, from here, we wanna heat up the rotator cuff a little bit because the shoulders are gonna work a little bit for us today. So soft knees, I want you to hinge forward at your hips just a bit, and we're gonna go for a swim. So those arms are circling forward. Bend in the elbow, looking about 2 feet or so in front of your toes. Good, take your time here. It doesn't have to be a fast swim. Perfect, and go ahead, circle back. So in all of our planks and all that fun stuff that we'll get to do later on today, the shoulders can kind of go into overdrive. We wanna make sure they're ready for it. Good. Still have that awareness in your core. Perfect, shake that out for me. Interlace your fingers, I want you to shake out your wrists. So you're kind of making like a little figure 8 here with your wrists. Good, keep a soft bend in the knees. No stress, no tension, no pressure for the next 30 minutes. Good, reverse that for me. Figure 8 comes back the other way. We have one more move in this warm up, and then we'll get our core Tabata party started. Good, shake it out like you're drying off your hands. Head to the back of your space or the back of your mat. Chest is open, shoulders are up, down, and back. We're gonna take an inchworm. Bend your knees, tuck your chin. Now reach down for the floor. Walk your hands out. You're gonna meet me in a high plank. So hands find their way right underneath your shoulders. Give me a little hold here. Then bend the knees as much as you need to. Walk your hands back to your feet. Give me a quick roll up. Say hello, hamstrings, and do it again. Tuck the chin, roll down. Walk it out, high plank. Quick little hold, quick little squeeze, and right back up. Take your time. Whew. So I gave you timed intervals today so you can do everything at your own pace. I don't care if you get 1,000,000 reps in. I don't care if you get 1 rep in. You go at your own pace, you do your best. And as always, that is more than enough. Perfect. We're gonna do this one more time. When you get to that high plank, I want you to hold it for me. Good, hands under the shoulders, legs extended back. You're looking straight down between your index fingers. Anytime you wanna modify this move, float your knees down to the floor. Keep that core strong. All right, walk those hands in. We're gonna get rolling. So you have 2 moves at a time. Again, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. First move is a glute bridge. Go ahead, meet me on your back. Feet are parallel. Pull your heels into your glutes. Palms press into the floor. I want you to squeeze your booty. Core is still engaged. You're gonna lift your hips up as high as you can and then float them right back down. Do it again and again and again. Perfect. Okay, so that's move 1. On these transitions, you can keep going, you can move into the next move early, or you can rest. Our next move, you're gonna lift those feet off the floor, 90-degree bend in the knees, arms reach straight up. I want you to squish the floor underneath your low back. Dead bug, we're gonna extend out right arm, right leg just as much as you can, keeping the low back on the floor, bring it back in, and then we switch. Good. So when you extend, if your low back is lifting up off the floor, you might need to bring that leg up a little bit higher or engage your core more. Okay, those are 2 moves. We go through 3 more times. Meet me back in that glute bridge. Hands press into the floor, booty lifts up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lower down at your own pace. When you lift and lower here, you are always engaging your glutes. So don't let them go on the way down. Keep everything tight the whole time. Perfect. All right, arms up, legs up, abs in. Squish that space between your low back and the floor. Get ready. Let's go. Same arm, same leg. Extend, bring it back in. So these 2 moves are kind of an extension of our warm-up. As we move through these Tabata rounds, your moves will get a little bit more challenging. Good, shoulders away from your face. Low back stays on the floor. Good, and rest. All right, glute bridges. If you're ready for a little bit more, pull those heels in a little closer to your booty. Abs in tight. Lift and lower, let's go. So why are we doing glute bridges? Your hamstrings, your glutes, your hips are all a part of your core. So your entire core, it's not just your abs, not just that shiny 6-pack. So much more. Good, shake that out. Get ready for that dead bug, arms up. Try to float your knees right on top of your hips. The closer your knees are to your chest, the easier this move is. So push them out just a little bit. Same arm, same leg, reach it out. Good, so everything nice and functional for you. Kind of from your shoulder girdle down to your glutes. Perfect. All right, guys, we're just gonna do those one more time and then we'll move on. Feet are parallel. Look at them if you need to. Make sure one of your feet isn't turned out. Hands flat on the floor, abs in, booty tight. Let's go, lift and lower. Good, as long as you control that movement, you can go as fast or slow as you want. Good, everything tight, tight, tight. Do me a favor, relax your face. Good. Rest. And dead bug one more time. Arms up. Knees float, feet float, 90-degree bend. Abs in tight, tight, tight. Let's go, reach it out. Good, control. Low back stays glued to the floor. You lift it up, that is cheating. I'm sorry. Very nice, shake it out. All right, guys, so that was our first round. Flew by, right? Our next 2 moves, we have some planks. Move number 1 is going to be a high plank, so just like in our warm-up, and we're just gonna hold it nice and tight. So a couple different options for you. Hands in line with your shoulders, non-negotiable. Legs extended straight back. I will challenge you to squeeze your feet all the way together. Modify, you're just gonna lower those knees to the floor. If you're like, hey, I don't wanna do a plank on the floor, that's cool. Go find a wall, hands against the wall, scoot your feet back a little bit. Super solid option there. Second move is gonna be a side plank on your forearms. So you can wait for my cue. I'll let you know which side to do. Feet can be scissored one in front of the other. They can be stacked one on top. If that's just a little bit too much for today, again, you just drop that bottom knee down. Okay, meet me in your high plank. Move 1, hands right under those shoulders. Let's go. Abs in tight. I want you to think of pushing the floor away from you, making sure you're pushing up and out of that chest. Good, core engaged, and rest. Everybody, knees down, hips back. Give me a quick stretch. And we're gonna move into that side plank on your forearm. So elbow right under your shoulder. We're gonna start with that right arm down. Open up to the side for me. Start with your feet nice and wide. That wider base of support will help you lift up. And then as you get more and more comfortable, bring those feet closer together. Again, the right knee can drop to the floor anytime you need. Good, keep your hips up high and rest. All right, so a little taste of both moves. Shake it out, we're gonna move back into that high plank. You get there when you're ready. Hands under shoulders, let's go. Look straight down. Make sure those shoulder blades aren't sticking up. A little bit around in the back. Squeezing every single muscle in your body. Hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it.
3, 2, 1.
Good.
Cycle 3 complete.
Quick note on your high plank. What I mean, shoulders over hands, why wouldn't I do that? As we get tired, we start to shoot our booty back and move it into our legs. Make sure we stay stacked in a straight line. Okay, left forearm on the floor. Open it up to the side. Right arm reaches up. Knee down, feet scissored or stacked. Push your hips up as high as you can. Keep your chest open. So make sure this top shoulder isn't caving down on you. Beautiful. Flies by, right? All right, when you're ready, I should say as soon as you're ready, back into that high plank. Squeezing everything. You should have a little shake here, but make sure you're breathing. Good. Abs in. Rotate the eye of your elbow forward. And remember, it's only 20 seconds of your day at a time. It is over and over and over and over again, but grand scheme, 20 seconds. Good, quick stretch. We're gonna go back to that side plank with our right arm down. When you're ready, elbow, line it up with that shoulder. Open it up to the side. Left arm reaches up, hips push up even higher. Good, you can look straight ahead or up toward that top hand. Good, get your hips a little bit higher. Doing great.
3, 2, 1.
Very nice. Come on down.
Complete.
All right, guys, we've got that high plank one more time. Left side plank one more time. Make it count. Hands under shoulders. Line it up. Abs in tight, tight, tight. Let's go. Good. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes. Squeeze those feet together if you can. Again, if you need to at any time, don't just stop. We modify. We adapt.
Cycle 7 complete.
Very nice. Quick stretch. Left forearm down for that side plank when you're ready. Elbow right under that shoulder. Open it up. Get those hips up high. Let's go. Good. Squeeze.
Prepare.
Squeeze. Look up toward that top hand. Good. Drop that knee if you need to. If the chest is falling forward, if it just doesn't feel right, get that knee on the floor. Good. Are you breathing? Oh, good.
2,
Lower it down.
complete.
Quick stretch. Nice job on that one, guys. You have just over 30 seconds to recover. So stretch out your wrists if you need to. We're gonna move into a little bit more oblique work. Okay, so flipping it over as promised, we're gonna take those penguin crunches. You probably heard them called like heel reaches or toe reaches as well. And then we have a bicycle crunch. So the first one, we're gonna start just like we started our glute bridges. So feet are parallel, planted on the floor, hands are reaching down to the sides, but this time you're gonna peel up head, neck, and shoulders and reaching one time or one side at a time toward your pinky toes. From there, hands are gonna come behind your head and we have bicycle crunches. So elbows will stay back. You're gonna twist opposite elbow to opposite knee. But first, we penguin crunch. Pull those heels in, lift head, neck, and shoulders off the floor, drive your low back into the ground, and reach side to side. So you're reaching toward your pinky toe, toward your heel. You're just trying to reach toward that foot, whatever you can do.
Cycle 1 complete.
Good. Okay, one down, lower down to the floor. Interlace your fingers behind your head, or you can just take your hands right by your ears. Keep your elbows open. Feet float off the floor. I want you to rotate opposite elbow, opposite knee. The other leg is gonna extend, kick out of the way, and we switch. So you're really leading with your shoulder here to keep the elbows open. Keep the legs up higher to modify.
Cycle 2 complete.
If you need another modification for that, keep your feet on the floor and you can twist that way. Still opposite elbow, opposite knee, but you're coming from that bent position. Okay, all the options are out there. Back to that penguin crunch, side to side, side to side. Good, get your shoulders out of your ears. Tuck your chin, make sure you're not holding tension in your neck.
3, 2, 1.
Whew.
3 complete.
Nice, have to do these so many times because I just have so much to tell you guys. All right, hands come back behind your head, bicycle crunches. I'm gonna start with that modification here. You do whatever you need to do. Abs in, elbows back, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Twist, twist. Good, abs in tight. Good, every time you pull that knee in, I want you to let out a little exhale.
3, 2, 1.
Perfect.
Cycle 4 complete.
Good, shake that out. Woo! Good, a little windshield wiper here, a little rock side to side with the knees. It's a nice little stretch in between if you need one. All right, pull those heels in, toes forward. Reach, side, 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 side. It is so easy to stop breathing on these ones. Try to stick with me. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good, can you lift up a little higher?
3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Cycle 5 complete.
Nice, guys, rest. All right, back to that bicycle crunch. Do what you can, do your best. Keep those elbows back. Make sure you're not pulling on your head.
Prepare.
Abs in tight, let's go. Good, think of twisting through the center of your chest, that push and pull with the legs. Good, core in.
3, 2, 1. Cycle
Woo.
6 complete. Rest.
All right, friends, we get to do those one more time. I know, I was hoping we had one more time too. All right, line up those feet. Head, neck, and shoulders lift up. Abs in, shoulders down. Last time, let's go. Good, reach, 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 reach. Doing great. Little farther, all the way through those fingertips, come on.
3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Cycle 7 complete.
Whew.
Rest.
Bicycles. Hands behind your head. Good. Head is pushing into the hands, not the other way around. Protect your neck. Abs in, tuck that chin. Let's go. Good. We twist, twist. Take your time on these. We actually get a lot more out of these if we take them slow. Gives us a little bit more control.
3, 2, 1.
Good. Rest.
Complete. Rest.
Shake that out. Whew. Okay. Ooh, I think this is my favorite block yet. Okay, this one's gonna be really, really fun. Kind of a doozy, but really fun. Seated knee tucks, Russian twist. Those are our two moves. So at the beginning of our warm-up, we talked about how tight our hip flexors can get and how sometimes they try to take over for our abs. This block is going to be a perfect example of that. So I need you to really tighten up through your midsection and take little breaks when you need to. So seated knee tucks. We're seated here on those sits bones, hands planted at the sides. You're gonna extend your legs out, tuck everything in, out and in. Progression, float the hands. We're gonna keep the back nice and flat. Seated still, Russian twist. We're gonna start with the feet on the floor, keeping the back at about a 45-degree angle. Progression, you float the feet. All right, guys, let's do this. Hands at your sides if you need it. Legs go out, exhale, tuck them in. Good. If this is a little too much, keep one foot on the floor, do one leg at a time. Good, drop your shoulders. Nice. Okay, plant those feet. Hinge back with me about 45 degrees. You should get a little shake here. From here, we're gonna take right elbow toward your right side, then switch left to left. Let's go. Favor on these. Feet are gonna squeeze together, and then you're gonna lift them up. If you want, if you can, if you need a little bit more. Good, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
3, 2, 1.
Nice. Good, on those twists, try to make sure your hips and your knees aren't rocking side to side. Try to keep them straight in front of you, everything lined up. Okay, back to those knee tucks. Hands start at your sides. Little hinge back, abs in. Legs out. Exhale as they come in. Float those arms up if you want a little bit more. Take it one leg at a time if you want a little bit less. Good, again, we keep going even if we change it a little bit. Good. Woo. Back to those twists. Shoulders drop down. Belly button pulls back in toward the spine. Hinge it back. Squeeze the feet together whether they are up or down. Let's go, twist. Good. If you want even more, can you extend those legs? Just for kicks, try it out. Breathe, you gotta breathe.
2, 1.
Nice.
Cycle
Rest.
4 complete.
Okay, we're halfway done with those. 2 more of each. Knee tucks coming at you. Do what works for you. Abs in, little hinge back.
Prepare.
Let's go. Extend, crunch. Again, on that crunch, we always exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale when you bring them in. Nice, doing great.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh,
Cycle 5
perfect.
complete.
Back to those twists. Good, sit up tall. Straight up on those sits bones first, then hinge it back. Squeeze the feet together.
Prepare.
Let's go side to side. Again, another one where you'll see people do these super, super fast all the time. If you can go a little slower, get a fuller range of motion, again, you're actually gonna get a little bit more out of it.
3, 2, 1.
Awesome. Hey, hip flexors. I promise you we will stretch those out very, very well in just a little bit. We have one more of each of those. Get ready for those knee tucks, shoulders down, abs in. Let's go. Quick check-in, how you doing? You got it, you're doing great. Squeeze a little bit tighter, come on.
3, 2, 1.
Nice job, friends.
Cycle 7
Woo.
complete. Rest.
All right, get ready for those twists. Last time, your best one. Hinge it back, abs in, shoulders down, feet together, la la la. You get it by this point, right? Let's go.
Work.
Good, drop the shoulders. If you haven't tried floating those feet up yet, try it. Even if it's just for like a quick second, just play with it. Good, good, good.
2, 1.
Whoo!
3 complete.
Rest. Okay, guys. Shake it out. Stretch out whatever you need to. If your hip flexors need a quick stretch, I like to find a little like double kneel position and then shift forward. Just kind of open it up. So we have reached the end-ish of our class, but always time for a little bit of a party round. So switch legs if you're stretching. We have 3 minutes of work, and then we get to stretch, we get to cool down. So we have 3 moves. You've done all of these already today. Each move is going to last 1 minute. You can compare this to like a burnout round. You should get tired. You should get a little bit uncomfortable. We're gonna do these moves back to back to back, minimal to no rest in between. We're gonna start with that glute bridge. We go right back into our high plank, and then we'll put a cherry on top of this class with those knee tucks. Come with me, down on your back. If you need a quick sip of water, great time to grab it. I think you got about 20 seconds. And guys, just know that that nice, long, extended cool down, those stretches are on their way. So a couple of reminders. Feet are parallel, heels pull in as close to the glutes as you can get them. Flip your hands over onto the floor. I want you to use those palms as leverage. So push the hands into the floor. Let them help you get your hips up a little bit higher. Yes? Say yes. Get ready. Whew. All right, friends. Lift and lower, 1 minute. Let's go. Your pace, your time. If you need to make that range of motion a little bit smaller, please go for it. If you need to slow down, do it. You keep perfect form for the next minute. Well, 3 minutes. But you do what you need to do. Hamstrings, glutes, those abs should be firing up. Quick reminder, your core is still engaged, belly button drawing in. That's our 30-second mark. Good, squeeze your booty a little bit tighter. Good, energy, press down in those hands. Check in, make sure your knees are headed straight forward. Good, can you lift up a teeny bit higher, please? Perfect, all right, hug those knees in. Rock and roll it, flip it over, meet me in that high plank. Hands under shoulders, legs extended back, squeeze the feet together if you can. Glute bridges flew by. This one will fly by too, maybe. One of you out there was just like, when has a plank ever flown by? Good. Push the floor away from you. Soft elbows, tight, tight core. Hit those knees if you need to. That's 30 seconds. I don't know if any of you guys ever saw that. Somebody posted like a picture of someone doing a plank, and it said if 2020 was an exercise. I thought that was cute. Good. Keep your form. Look straight down. Squeeze a little bit tighter. Soften the elbows. Soften your face. Nice, guys. That was a minute. Knees down. Flip it over onto your booty. Swing those legs around in front of you. Yes, you can. You have 1 minute of knee tucks. Hinge it back. They should still be nice and fresh in your mind. Extend. Bring it in. Keep the hands on the floor if you need to. Take one leg at a time if you need to. I will let you know when we're halfway. Good. You gotta breathe. Squeeze your abs a little bit tighter. Takes a little bit of pressure off those hip flexors. 30 seconds. We are halfway, friends. Good. You should be a little shaky. Lock your abs in. That's also going to protect your back. You got it. How are you feeling? Like you're about done? Good, because you are a little bit stronger, hopefully. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everybody lower all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. And give me a little rock side to side. You did it. We did it. Good work today, everybody. Good. Find your way right back to the middle. Keep your knees hugging into your chest. Reach your arms out wide to either side. And then let those knees fall all the way over to one side. So I just dropped my knees over to the left. I'm going to press my right shoulder blade down to open up my chest and get that nice twist through your spine. Good. Go ahead, switch that as soon as you're ready. Drop the knees to the other side. Think of pressing the opposite shoulder blade down to open up that chest. Good. Please try to stick around and stretch with me. If you've got to run, make sure you stretch a little bit later. Work hard, recover hard. Helps you come back quicker, rebuild stronger. Come on back to the center. Hug your right knee into your chest, flex your foot. And then if it's comfortable on your low back, I want you to extend that left leg straight out in front of you and just let it rest on the floor. Good. Circle out your ankle for me. Give it some love, give it some attention. Perfect. Relax, release that, switch it out. Left knee, hug it into your chest. You can extend that right leg if you'd like. Circle out that ankle. Good, and right here, this is one of the best and most underrated stretches you can do for your low back. Good, bend both knees, plant both feet on the floor. Really quick for your hips, we're gonna take a figure 4. Right ankle crosses over your left thigh. You can just press that knee away from you. If you want a little more, reach under that left thigh, hug it in toward your chest. Good, try to rest your head on the floor. Press that knee away from you. Good, your right knee, press it away from you. Good, and release. We'll just switch that out. Cross left over right. Press that knee away. Good, and then if you want, reach underneath that left thigh, hug it in. Good, driving that ankle into the thigh. Letting the spine stay nice and long. Perfect, and release that. Both feet on the floor. I want you to roll over onto one side. Then use the strength of your arms to press yourself up, and we're gonna come back to that kneeling position. So left knee is gonna stay. We're gonna take a big step forward with the right foot. Sit up nice and tall. Press the hips forward, engage your glutes. Good, and then from here, I want you to draw your left arm across your chest. Grab onto it with the right forearm, or you can make that L shape too if you'd like. Drop the shoulder. Good, again, our shoulders do a lot of work for us in those planks, so make sure we stretch those out too. Perfect, switch that out when you're ready. Big step forward with the left. Squeeze your booty, pressing forward, drop those shoulders down. If you need a little balance help, take your front foot out a little wider. When you're ready, right arm sweeps across the chest, lift the chin, keep tucking your hips forward. 3, 2, and 1. Hands on top of that thigh, stand up with me. When you get there, inhale, reach up and over to one side. Good. Then take it to the other side. Good. Deep inhale to the center with me. And exhale, let it go. Give yourself a hand. Awesome job today, you guys. Thank you so much for being here.